Did Instagram just change the algorithm yet again? Because recently Adam Mosseri has said one thing and I'm going to read it to you right now. I think we were over-focused on video in 2022 and pushed ranking too far and basically showed too many videos and not enough photos. How amazing is that? So 2022 was a roller coaster of a year for Instagram and for social media managers like myself, and a lot of people could not wait for the moment when Instagram would realize that photos have been the bread and butter of Instagram. That has been the foundation, and that has been exactly why Instagram has been the platform that we've had for all of this time. Now, how do we move forward from this? What are we supposed to be posting on Instagram these days? Do we post photos? Do we post reels? Do we post trending sounds? Do we post carousels? That's exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video, and I'm going to reveal my strategy that I'm going for at least the next 3 months, or until Instagram decides to change something again. So just as we talked about what was going on in 2022 with Instagram pretty much copied what TikTok was doing. Instagram has even gone as far as creating the feed that was being full width, meaning that each carousel, each video, each Instagram reel would take up the whole space and you would have to scroll through it in order to see the next post. Now, the captions have not been a priority, the hashtags supposedly were not a priority, nothing was really a priority to Instagram other than Instagram Reels. And now, where we stand on the platform right now, if you go to Instagram, you will actually see quite a balance of photos, carousels, and Instagram Reels. So where do we go from here? What is the strategy for content publishing on Instagram these days? If you are a creator, a coach, consultant, small business owner, whatever it is that you do, the principles are going to pretty much apply to every single industry. Now, let me first of all talk to you about the strategy that we were all chasing last year. Last year was all about Instagram Reels. Last year was all about those trending sounds. Last year was all about, let's go to TikTok, find the trends, go over to Instagram, publish them, try to stay ahead. Those websites about like trending sounds were really hot. And now we're kind of past it. So right now, what's in style is those Hormozy style videos. I post a lot of them. We have YouTube shorts right now. So the content has shifted a lot. And here's what I'm doing for my clients. And here's what I'm telling to other people that only post those Instagram Reels. Either that's just trends, either that's just talking head Hormozy style videos. Here's the big problem with that. If you only post one format of content, that's kind of boring. It becomes boring on your account. I've never been a huge fan of just one type of content, and that's why I've actually liked Instagram and Facebook in the first place, because both platforms are incredibly versatile. You have live video, you have short form content, you have long form content, like you can actually write a freaking article on Facebook. Now, I'm not saying that's something that actually works on Instagram. Not necessarily. Shorter captions still seem to be favored. However, it's always worth experimenting with. Now, what do you actually post? So here's my recommendation for every single account, for every single creator that wants to become more visible, build relationships with your audience, attract new quality followers, not just any followers, I mean quality followers. First of all, yes, do publish Instagram Reels. How many? That's going to be up to you. But I would also figure out what kind of shorts, what kind of reels you're going to be publishing. First of all, you have to think about Instagram as a platform. Instagram is very different than TikTok. Still, no matter how much they try to copy it. Instagram is very much different than YouTube. What flies on YouTube doesn't always fly on Instagram. And I'm noticing this with my Instagram Reels as well. When I publish Hormozy style videos, they don't always perform the best. Sometimes they do, but not always. What does perform the best is either the trends or the aesthetic B-roll type of videos where you can show like either your experiences or behind the scenes working or traveling or anything that you do behind the scenes. People love that kind of stuff on Instagram, and I always watch those kind of videos in full when I see them on my Reels page. So if you want visibility, I would prioritize trends and B-roll type of content. That's gonna be your foundation for getting visible and also showing your existing audience what you do, and any kind of trend. It doesn't have to be dancing or doing anything ridiculous. Absolutely not. I would highly recommend for you to scroll the Reels tab and see what stands out to you. Like, what kind of sound can you utilize in your business? What is it that you can put on top of B-roll content and show something interesting, whether it's going to be something motivational or something inspirational or whatever the case may be. But prioritize those a little bit more, because just talking head videos, just Hormozi style videos, they work the best for Hormozi because his editor has been the inventor of that. Hormozi has a really successful business, so he can pull that off. A lot of regular people cannot pull that off. You also have to keep in mind that Hormozi style videos are not necessarily for visibility. They are, but at the same time, they would be good for relationship building with your existing audience, because during those 60 seconds, you can actually share a little bit more value, a little bit more helpful tips, if you will, compared to a 7-second Instagram reel trend. Content type number 2 that I would highly recommend for you to focus on is carousels. And the reason for that is because people don't always share Instagram reels. They do, but not as much. People will share a carousel, which is educational, share something of value, inspirational, maybe a how-to tutorial or something that is worth sharing, right? So, and I can share with you some examples as well. Probably gonna link them down below in the description box as well, the kind of carousels that I have shared before that have worked really well. And the other thing that you also want to do is you don't necessarily want to just share carousels. You can also share infographics, you can share tutorials, you can share any kind of updates about your industry, things that are current, they do get shared. And now the other type of content that also kind of goes hand in hand with carousels is the trends. And the trends can be either something happening in your specific industry or any kind of major event. And by major event, I can say something like Super Bowl, for example. And everybody and their dog was talking about Rihanna's performance. Some people were judging her, other people were praising her. Some people were saying it was disgusting. Other people said, you know, thank God she actually came over to sing. But here's what I will say. I have used that same trend, but you have to be fast with that. If you get too late, you kind of blend in with everybody else. And at the same time, like, using trending content kind of allows you to blend in with everybody else, but you also are able to capitalize on a lot of traffic. This is how I've been able to get more followers on my Instagram account, because I have used trends like that in the past. I have used the Met Gala trends last year. I have used Rihanna's Super Bowl performance this year. And if you actually look, this is the post that I did about Rihanna's performance, and the reach has been pretty freaking great. And it has been all organic, and not to mention it has been from the hashtags. If I show you here the analytics, it is all from the hashtags. It has been a great conversation starter. I've had great communication in my DMs. I've had some great messages coming in just from that post alone. And let me answer one question about the hashtags. Are hashtags dead on Instagram in 2023, or do you still need to be using them? Now, there's two sides of the coin. As usual. First of all, some people say hashtags are dead, they don't work anymore. Instead, for Instagram Reels, you should be using the topics. Not everybody has them. I don't know about you. I still do not have Instagram topics for my Instagram Reels. It is kind of a similar feature to Pinterest, to where you can kind of categorize your content, and it helps Instagram's algorithm to put you in the right buckets on Instagram, if that makes sense. But then at the same time, when you publish something else, like a carousel, there's no topics, there's nothing else. The only thing that you can do is write a very descriptive caption that is going to help the algorithm understand what your post is actually about. Because there is still a little bit of like search engine optimization to Instagram. There's still some of that SEO functionality, even though it's not the priority as of right now for Instagram. And then the second thing that you also want to keep in mind is if you don't include any kind of hashtags on your carousels, you're only able to reach your existing audience, and then you kind of rely on the algorithm to show you in the suggested feed. You rely on the algorithm to hopefully show you on the explore feed. But that's not a guarantee. What I do like to do for myself, and I've done an experiment where I've used 5 hashtags, I've used 15 hashtags, I've used 30 hashtags. You can use as many as you want, okay? I've had really great experience with using 15 hashtags, and it performed really well, both on my Instagram Reels and carousels. But at the same time, I've had great experience when I use 30 hashtags. But, you know, choose whatever you want to choose for your account. I always say, experiment, because we don't own these algorithms, we don't own these platforms, we don't know what the hell they're actually going to like. So definitely do that. And if you're listening to this video right now and you're like, this is too much for me to handle, then I invite you to go ahead and book a call with me down below in the description box. Let's hop on a strategy call, help you out with your social media marketing plan, and we can talk about how you can outsource your Instagram efforts to me and my agency, and we can help you with your video content, we can help you with your graphics, growing your account, staying strategic, and that way you don't have to worry about things like hashtags, keeping up with the algorithm, or worrying about what's going to happen next to the Instagram platform, because we essentially take care of that for you. So now at this point in the video, you have learned everything you need to know about Instagram's algorithm in 2023. You now have the green lights to start posting more photos and more carousels, to reach new audiences, to have your content shared, to get more eyeballs and your followers. And it's not just about video content anymore. Video content is still a huge priority, but you can split your efforts into about 60% video, 40% photos, carousels, and graphics. And if you enjoyed this video, let me know down below in the comments. Hit the like button down below, hit subscribe if you are new to the channel, hit the bell sign to get notified every single time new videos go live, which is every single Monday. With that being said, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you're doing on Instagram. I know it can be frustrating, but it can also be rewarding for you to build your brand on that platform. And with that being said, I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.